It's day 2 of our 12 days of Christmas, and we are keeping it fun and simple, so let's just get right into it. To start off with this painting, I am painting the rim of this little bowl that I have, one of the only circular items I could find that I could paint and then put on a piece of paper. And you can just draw a circle if you would like, if you're better at it than I am. And you'll see I didn't paint it enough on that part of it, so you could redo it. I'm just going to wing it. And to start off with here, I've just got some water on my brush, and I'm gonna just tap into that green line that's already there. I really just played with this one a lot. Obviously, it's pretty simple. It's a circle that we're just painting in, but playing with the shading, obviously playing right now with just getting this circle the way I want it. I'm sorry about my voice, by the way. It's just kind of feels like it's going today. And we're just starting off with some soft shading here just to try to get to our round shape. I'm spending a lot of time. You can see why I speed you up through a lot of videos, because sometimes I just go really slowly. This one, I think my original circle was just kind of so like splotchy, which is fine too. But you can see here now I'm trying to round it off to meet those two ends there, and not too bad, not too bad. Kind of wish I wouldn't have used that bowl because there's a lot of like texture to it, and which is why it made it kind of splotchy, but it all turns out just fine in the end. Okay, now I've added some more water and color to my brush, and I'll be adding color to the whole thing, but I am going to concentrate on leaving the left side of my ornament darker than the rest. That just adds to kind of the dimension of our ornament and making it look a little more like a sphere. And you'll notice here when I'm painting this that I'm trying to leave some white space just because I really want this to look like a reflection. I end up painting the whole thing in because really when I started looking at it, I thought, well, the whole thing is going to be green. That is my intention here anyway. So it really wouldn't be, even though I'm trying to make it look like that right now, there wouldn't be a white reflection. Well, I guess there could be if the lights were bright enough, it could look white. But I want everything to be green. So as I just kind of try to tap around these little white spots, you can see, we're just going to fill it in because watercolors dry a lot lighter. And so it's going to look very light when we're done. Okay, so there it is. I dried it. And now I'm coming back in with our second coat. Again, focusing on keeping this left side a little darker than the rest. So this is one where we are going to think about our light source, which is funny now that I'm thinking about it because I have all these lights on the left side of my page, and the pine cones. But whatever. Maybe I could have played with those, but you get my idea. We're using our imagination. Okay, so being kind of careful, I guess. All right, got that darker shade in there, and now I've added some more water, and so I'm just kind of tapping into that color, and now I'm going to be moving it around to the rest of our ornament. And if you're new to watercolors, just one thing to keep in mind, you always want to work light colors to dark colors because they're translucent and you're not going to be able to see a light color over a dark color. It'll just kind of, it won't look good, kind of muddy and whatnot. Okay, now I'm working on that reflection again. And yeah, it's just kind of funny. I don't know why I struggled with it so much, but it can be any shape you want. I don't know why I was trying to get a particular shape. I could have just left it right there, but tap, tap, tap. This is just a lot of playing. Once you have your circle down, the rest of it is really just playing with different layers, different shading. Where is your reflection going to be? And I am bringing some of that darker color just to give some more shape to the whole ornament. You could always lightly pencil in the shape of whatever reflection you want it to be, but I just like to kind of play as I go. Sometimes I have penciled it in because I often will forget to leave a reflection on whatever I might be painting, and then I end up painting the whole thing in, and then I have to add it with white pen, which also works. So don't worry if you do it that way. There's lots of ways to do this. There's no right or wrong way. Also, have fun with colors here. I obviously am choosing green just because that was the mood that I was in when I got my paints out today. So adding some more of that color to the left and to the bottom. And you can see it's kind of starting to look more like an ornament instead of just a circle on a page. Even though this is just a circle, it's very simple, but it's a great exercise for just practicing your shading, water control, and just that kind of beautiful gradient from dark to light. And again, just adding more color to that left, and it's just, I love the richness that it gives it. And I've completely dried that. I'm leaving it that like that. Definitely could have played more with color and made it even darker and whatever. But I have got my metallic paints out. I don't know if I put that in the supplies video, and I'm sorry if I didn't. Obviously, very optional. I did not have these last Christmas, and did I do an ornament? I think I did. I can't remember. I did things where I was like, gosh, I wish I would have had metallic paints. And I used just a yellowish gold. Oh, I know what it was. I painted a bell last year, a gold bell, but I only used just regular paints. I did not have any metallics. But just if you want to add a little bit of glimmer to your cards this year, they were $7.99 on Amazon. So I will link all the supplies that I'm using if you're interested. Otherwise, you could probably get them at any craft store too. Okay, I decided to use the gold metallic for my little string too, because I don't know, I'm excited to have these shiny paints this season. I think I bought them back in March. And yeah, I don't use them often, but boy, the Christmas season sure does feel like a fun time to use them. And now I'm using the gold to do my splatter, which I just love. I just think it's so pretty. And I'll show you here after I dry it. Just because I know it doesn't show on camera unless I just kind of, move the paper around. So I'll show you that in a little bit. I have got my Micron pen here. I've just got black, and I'm going to be adding some pen detail like I like to do. Obviously, she was fine just the way she was, so you do not have to add pen detail. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I sure do love it. I'm just going to outline here, so I'm going to speed you through this part. If I didn't speed you through some of these parts, we'd be sitting here all day. You'd just be sitting here watching me scratch some lines on here, but you can see it's just outlining. And it may even not be that noticeable, but I think it adds just enough. Okay, let me show you the little shimmery gold flecks in there. I love it. I hope you have fun with this. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. It's just, this is a handmade watercolor card. It's supposed to have character. So have fun with it, and I will see you for day 3.